Hey guys, going to do 15-10. Been on a massive tilt with my 10-minute chess. Slipped into that thing thinking I was playing really well for a minute there, and I have played some really interesting chess actually. Okay, so here we go in British Grand Prix again. It's a really simple setup. If you hate facing the Sicilian, this could be one that you could look into, because you can usually play the first 6 or 7 moves every time. Hopefully the audio quality is a bit better. I've got a new Yeti mic. Now it's just above my camera, you can't see it, hopefully. Okay, and more or less whatever black does here, we're going to do the same thing. Going to bring our knight out, we're going to get the king castled. Okay, and you can carry on and do this, because I've had this a few times. They take, even if they trade queens, you can recapture the bishop, and you are still very much ahead. You know, you've got a knight out on the board. There we go. Let's just castle. Simplicity itself, my dear. In other news, I'm writing a poem. That's weird. Haven't done that for an awful long time. Used to be quite good at it at school. Right, okay, we have queen here. Looking at this pawn. Is the pawn defended? Yep. Okay. So, we play queen e1. Just as normal. Look, I played these same 7 moves loads of times. Is there any coffee in the pot? There is not. See, poetry. Piece. She. Okay, and the other nice thing about this is that this advanced pawn is now blocking off. I don't have to worry about this. I can even actually push c3, and if takes, I can bring my knight into play. But I think my knight quite often comes back and replaces this knight. So what we're going to do is we're going to start in normal fashion. Now, often the big question in any Grand Prix is which of these 2 squares does the queen want to go on? And obviously this one would be very silly indeed, because it would get eaten by the bishop, which we don't want. So here I'm already attacking this, and he can't actually develop his knight. He's already got a problem. Is he going to put his bishop there? Well, that's not going to work terribly well, is it? Because I've got e5. And then you could see the point that I stopped thinking and just went, okay, move. Time for the mouse. There we go. So he's pushed g6. He's definitely weakened himself already. Now, how are we doing for equipment? I'm thinking this knight could improve its prospects. I think this. Am I worried about b5? No, because it can come here, and if knight takes, spare knight. Love having my knights hooked up like that. I did have a coach tell me once it's not necessarily a good thing to have your knights paired. I mean, there are advantages. One advantage is that they're naturally on opposite colours. Okay, so opponent has now preemptively prevented me. Just call me the bard. The bard of chess. More likely to get barred from a pub, to be fair, but okay. Yes. His poetry is as bad as his comedy. His comedy is nearly as bad as his chess. Right. So I've got this feeling that like black has been a little bit scrappy with his pawnage. Look at that. There should be a saying in chess: never send a boy to do a man's job. You know, if something should be done by a piece, can you do it with a pawn? Pawn moves are committal. I'm toying now with pawn to e5. And it's nice, actually, coming from playing a bunch of 5-minute, 10-minute games to having a 15-10. Because we're already, you know, arse deep in the middle game. I've got 13 minutes on the clock. Look at that. I'm toying with this idea. Then my knight can come in here. Taketh. I've lost 2 pawns for the price of 1. I've got other issues. This bishop, for example, not looking too clever. I've got rook e1. I've got knight to here. I mean, it's a very submissive place for the knight to be on f1, but it sure is solid. This move, knight to here, it's got to be a good thing. Okay, before you push a pawn, what am I weakening? Well, right now I've got control over here. Now, f5, yeah, I don't think that's... Okay, is my opponent going to put a knight on f5? No, because it can't get there. I mean, he could. He'd have to move the bishop, blah, blah, blah. Does that... actually... How upset would I be if he moved his bishop and got a knight in there if I pushed my pawn forward? I don't see any good reason to do it. And also, here's another principle, right? Where's the opponent's king? Bang! E8, right? Smack in the middle of the board. What don't you want to do when your opponent's king isn't castled and yours is? Lock the file that the king's on. So I've just talked myself out of e5. Nah. c3, however. Doing that. Just like that. Look, check this out, right? We're 10 moves in. Laughing boy here has only got 2 out of 8 pawns still on home base. And this one's moved twice. So, let's count. He's made 3 piece moves, which you can see exactly what they are. 3 piece moves in 10 moves. And I've made 4 and castles. So there you go. Now here, can't take with a knight. This, though, is a thought. I don't know. I feel like I want to get the bishop into play. But I can't push b3, just take this pawn. Could do that, though. But what I want to do from a strategic point of view is I want to open up lines around here. I want to open up lines towards this bugger here. Look, that fella. And I want to get my bishop into play, and my bishop would love to play in this area of the board where it's all dark squares as far as the eye can see. So I'm even revisiting ideas of this. Knight here, maybe push the pawn, sack it off, go a pawn down, but in return, also, like this, Okay, first things first, rook e1. Next, spin the knight around. The knight could flip over to g3. That queen's, she's not staying there. Also, from f1, actually the knight defends the queen, who would otherwise only be defended by poor Harry there. So if I push this, we're not having to worry about that. Okay. Get you developing a piece. I've got b3, and if you push, then bang. Yeah. So if I push b3 in this, got loads of firepower in it. 1, 2, 3. That was moved pretty swiftly. Okay. Well. Oh, the queen has now moved. So this queen thing is not an issue. Now, is he thinking about some kind of discovered check shenanigans? You push that pawn, I'm pushing this one. We're going to lock up this queen side. You push this one, however. Yeah, but you can't push this one. So, oh, he can take, he can take. What if I go pushki, takey, then all bets are off, and that queen's suddenly sat there with her thumb up her arse, got nothing to do, and suddenly finds herself on the wrong side of the board. Oh, hello. Got some horse action going off now. He wants to come in here and fork my rooks. My bishop's busy defending that. If I go rook, this knight's looking a bit silly. Another idea is to launch some kind of evil attack against white, against black. It's usually not a good idea in chess. This is one of the most fundamentals, to actually attack yourself. I've done it before, many times. Okay, yeah, this was an oversight on Hunty's part. Right, I'm gonna do this. If he comes in, I'm just gonna do this, and it's like, well, we've just wasted everybody's time because knight can't come here. I might even push a3, and then how are you getting your horse back out, son? In fact, if I go here and you go here and I go there, so he's got this space on the queen side. Okay, now what? Now I come here, right? You go there, I've got two attackers. Jensen thinks that's a very good idea. He approves of that plan. Okay. That's what we call a half-assed spite attack. Okay. I'm thinking probably queen g4. Don't see any real reason to come back here. Nah. Hey, Morgan. Take. Morgan, I can't see the screen. Here we go. Righto. Now, no reason not to take that pawn. Unless there's something awesome on the board. Can't see it. This pawn's pinned. So this is not a clever idea. And then that would pin the bishop on the... Right, if that pawn takes, then you've got a pawn that's pinned and a bishop that's pinned against the queen. You really can't take it. I don't think you can. But if you don't, I'm very likely to push b5, kick your bishop back to here. Ooh. Okay then. Right, here we go. And we've still got 9 minutes on the clock. If I do this, I think he's the only way he can... And then that. Well, my rook's not doing a fat lot here. It's defending this backwards pawn on d3. But, you know, pressure is good. Pressure is... Yeah, I know you can put your rook there. But the point is now, I'm just gonna... I don't know where I'm going with this. Okay. Can't do that yet. What is this? Did it. Leaves my bishop somewhat more exposed, but bloody hell, if he can't take because he's just going to lose material. And that was a moment to move pawns. And now look at this. 4 abreast in the middle of the board. Okay. You shall not pass. Okay, this is just fiddle. So I come back here. In this configuration, the knight cannot attack me, and it cannot have this pawn. And you're not taking... Oops, you're not taking there because this is a pinnerling. And once you lose your rook, the bishop's not long for this world either, is it? Takey. Your best bet is just to get the queen the hell out of there. And wave goodbye to your junk. Right, that's under attack and pinned. That's under attack twice and pinned. Well, I never. This... Morgan! No one... No, they want to see chess. Go back and feed your babies. Go back and feed your babies. Right, interesting times. Do we, for example, take, and queen takes, and we win this? I mean, that's just, we're up. Go away, go on. Or, do I, for example, queen e3? Take, queen can't even take back. If I do queen here, knight there doesn't work, knight there doesn't work. Right? The nice thing about pins is they don't tend to go away. Yeah, I'm just going to say pins don't go anywhere. This cat, I wish it would go somewhere. Right? So now we've got doubly, pin action on that hapless queen. That is deeply and profoundly unpleasant. Okay. I think I can actually take the bishop and take advantage of the fact that this guy is pinned. If I take the bishop... Hang on, if I take this... If queen takes, we just trade. I take this, rook takes, I just do this. Oh no, hang on, no. Oh yeah... Let's think. I think this has got to be good. This is good. We can have another rook there. And I've then got many attackers still. That can't... just my feeling is that can't be a mistake. Rook he take. Queen she take. Okay, so take. I win me another bishop. I'm already up 3 materials. You have to recapture. I win the bishop. I'm thinking king f1. Yeah? Why not? This pawn hangs, but we're up 6. 6 whole pieces of material, and we've got... Okay, right. I get it. Okay. You got a pawn. Congratulations and jubilations. Okay, I was starting to think about a checkmate. I kind of need a pawn on here, so that I can get my knight here and a rook here. No, far too complex. All right. Okay, all I need to do really is just hang on to these pawns and make sure my opponent can't gobble all this up. So, I mean, I can attack the bishop. If I give check, the blocks becomes here. Let's just do this for now. Let's just try and just lock everything down. Okay. Yeah, missed it. But that's kind of the story of my life at the moment. At least this one's defended. Do have to be a little bit careful that pawn doesn't have ideas above its station, think about becoming a queen. That would be unpleasant. So what we're doing now is, this is an exercise in trying not to lose, which is a very important skill. Because I'm well up in material. I'm +4. Go away. Okay, so I'm thinking about this, but I think my idea of throwing in that check was to, so that I can get my rook to here behind the pawn. Now when I do this, whatever the bishop does, if it still tries to defend the pawn, don't work, because I can capture there. And this knight is 1, 2 moves away from being able to defend it, and that's not. He ain't got time. No! If I lose this game, the points are coming off you. No, I don't care. Okay, so we attack the bishop. That's actually a decent move, to move the knight with an attack, with tempo. Go away. No! And that just hangs that. Now you can resign. Well, there you go. All right. Interesting one. But this is the key thing. Doesn't matter what level you're at. Why does it say 1885 and 1541? Are you waiting for? Let's look at his. He's 1885 in daily. So it seems to be showing his highest anyway. Okay, oh look, a couple of blunders here. Right, so the point is, you go through the game and you figure out why was it won or lost. This is all good. Didn't like that move. Okay. And this is a blunder. My pawn is undefended. Yeah, the c3 pawn is undefended. Huh. And he didn't do it. He should have captured. Yeah, that was just an oversight. But that's kind of how I'm playing at the moment. And again, it's the same pawn. That's the problem. And he didn't see it either. So there you go. And really from this point, we just grind on. Best move here. Huh. So it's saying forget about the rooks. Right? It's saying go for the attack. It's saying that the vulnerability of having this king still in the centre was even worse than losing an entire rook. Hit the knight, best move, and we're okay, and we know the knight is trapped, okay. So that's a silly little counterattack. It's hard to see. And we take, and we take, that's excellent. It's saying there was even a better move than simply, okay, going in with a knight. No, it's not really better. And this is just, look, I told him not to play that move. Did he listen? Did he buggery? Okay. Doubling up. Doubling up, it's just, it feels like one of these brutal things that you can do in chess, just like double up. Oh, let's chuck a queen in there as well. You know? And from this point, it's all wrong. This really was this pawn push, and I had this feeling that my opponent was a bit of a pawn addict. And lo and behold, it wasn't. Look at just by comparison, right? Let's put his pawns here, right? And here are my pawns. I don't know. I mean, he got this very early disadvantage by pushing g6 anyway, but I was never able really to capitalise on that, on the empty dark squares. But, and he still hasn't castled his king. I think he simply made, in my view, too many pawn moves. And this one, he didn't think long about it either. You could see him kind of snatch at it, and it all went tits up from that point, quite honestly, because now everything's pinned, and it's just a case of lining everything up. That's a nice move. I like this. And okay, he didn't capture. I move away. Now he captures. and it's now, the game is lost. The game is literally lost. So there you go. Interesting stuff. So, yeah, anyone who's out there who just goes, hit new game, don't hit new game. Figure out why was the game won? Why was the game lost? That's, I think, the best way to improve, because what you're doing is you're not sitting there watching blooming Grandmasters play Bullet, which is a waste of everyone's time, right? You're working at your level with the kind of moves that you play and that your opponents play, and the kind of setups that you find, and the kind of tactics. And the computer will help you to see what you missed some of the time. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. Sometimes you go, well, I'm not Stockfish. I can't see that far, and you can just safely ignore it. But sometimes you'll go, yes, I'll try and remember that one, and hopefully you will. But there you go. What did the review say? 80 accuracy. I'm quite pleased with that. 2 blunders, which was the same blunder twice, actually, to be fair, Stockfish. I'm not paying you twice for that. Okay, and there you go. You really outplayed your opponent on that one. The opening was balanced. You were cut above in the middle game. 1600 for me. Hurrah. 1150 for opponent. Not his finest hour. And there you go. So I hope you enjoyed that one, guys. Thanks for watching. See you later.